So this is our top value wines week at the Real Review. And right now we're looking at Shiraz, top value Shiraz. Shiraz, as you probably know, produces probably the best value red wines in Australia. We've got three here. They're all under $25 a bottle. I'm Huon Hooke and this is the Real Review. We have Paxton MV Shiraz from McLaren Vale, we have Knappstein from the Clair Valley 2019, and we have Chaffey Bros Synonymous from the Barossa 2019. So the wine we're tasting now is Paxton 2020 McLaren Vale Shiraz. MV is the brand name. MV stands not only for McLaren Vale, but multi-vineyard, according to the back label. Paxton's own several vineyards in McLaren Vale. They produce their wine from their own vines, and they have several vineyards, and it all goes into this wine, apparently. This is one of their entry-level wines, $19 a bottle. Quite inexpensive wine. Let's have a taste. The first thing you notice is the colour is very youthful. This is now a 1-year-old wine. It's not very old. They're 18 months old. Purple tinge to it, good deep colour, as you'd hope for. And the nose is lovely. It's absolutely essence of McLaren Vale Shiraz. It's got sort of preserved plum character, a bit of chocolate, a bit of star anise, spicy, but subdued spiciness, not cool climate spiciness, but warm climate spiciness. Very attractive nose. Let's have a taste. Lots of intensity there. There's a lot of flavour there for that small $19 price tag. Very good flavour. There's definitely that touch of spice and pepper, as well as the licoricey, aniseedy taste there. Touch of chocolate, preserved plums. As I said about the nose, it's very much the nose is very much translated to the palate. So what you smell is also what you taste with this wine. The tannins are quite firm, so I suggested it would go better with food than without, because it's still quite young, the tannins are firm, but food will tame those tannins very nicely. And what would we choose to serve with a wine like that? Well, we've chosen Tagliatelle Bolognese. So the wine we're tasting now is the Knappstein Clair Valley Shiraz 2019. There it is, with the picture of the old Enterprise Brewery on the label, which is where the Knappstein winery is these days. And this wine is absolutely essence of Clair Valley. Knappstein, one of the great names of the Clair Valley. The Knappstein family has a long history in the Clair Valley. They first arrived in the Clair Valley from Germany in the 19th century, and they worked in a winery which became the Stanley Wine Company. Later became Stanley Leasingham Wine Company. And Tim Knappstein was one of my generation, I guess, of the Knappstein family. He worked at Stanley Leasingham and then he started his own business, which is this one. But after a few years, he sold it and now it's owned by Accolade, the Hardy's, the company that owns Hardy's. So how does this wine taste? Let's have a look. Lovely deep colour, good purple tinge, exactly what you'd hope for in a 2-year-old Clair Valley Shiraz. Very youthful. And the nose is really something special. You don't normally expect peppery spice characters from the Clair Valley because it's quite a warm area, it's not very cool. But this has definitely got some spice to it, the aroma of this wine. Really attractive, very fragrant. Pepper and other types of spice, cloves and perhaps some star anise. It doesn't have a lot of mint. Quite often Shiraz and Clair can be very minty. That's a very, very attractive nose. Let's have a taste. That's a beaut wine. It's got intensity, but it's also got softness. It's very approachable. You can drink it now, enjoy it now. But I would say that wine, if you sell it, it will last for at least 15 years, no problem. That's the nature of good Clair Valley Shiraz. Intense, long, spicy, A quite elegant wine, really. I mean, some Clair Valley wines can be quite on the heavy side with a lot of tannin, but this one is not. Beautiful wine. What did we recommend to go with this wine? Eggplant vegetarian moussaka. So the wine we're tasting now is Chaffey Bros Synonymous Shiraz 2019. Why do they call it synonymous? Because the Barossa is synonymous with the Shiraz grape variety. That's their contention, and I would certainly agree with that. In fact, it says is Barossa equals Shiraz. Certainly the Barossa is one of our most famous wine regions and certainly one of the most closely associated with the Shiraz grape variety. This wine's produced by the Chaffey brothers. In fact, the two guys, Daniel Hartwig, whose middle name is Chaffey, and his cousin, I think, Theo Engeler. So where does the Chaffey come in? Ben Chaffey was one of the pioneers of the wine industry in the Riverland area of South Australia. And Daniel is a descendant of Ben Chaffey. So it's a famous name from the past. So what does this wine taste like? Well, as you'd expect, a nice deep colour, dark colour, richness to the colour, purple tinge in the edge. And the nose is classic Barossa. It's got that slightly graphite, earthy, ironstone sort of character to it, which I just associate with Barossa wines. Really like that character. It's much more than just simple fruitiness. There's an extra layer of something happening there. Call it minerality if you like. There's a touch of licorice there as well, which is also very typical of good ripe Barossa Shiraz. Let's have a taste. That is a big wine. That is a full-bodied wine. That really is a hearty wine to go with hearty food. I'm just looking at the alcohol. The declared alcohol is 14.7%. It's probably actually more like 15, but it doesn't taste hot. It doesn't taste too alcoholic. It's just got richness and warmth and generosity. And the tannins are lovely and soft. So that's a wine that you can drink young. It will age very well, no problem there. Probably age for 15 years, but it's approachable now, especially if you have it with good hearty food. And what would we recommend you eat with a wine like that? Slow cooked beef brisket with mushrooms. Enjoy.